Several Republican governors and GOP lawmakers claim the mandate is government overreach and call it unconstitutional, and some are vowing to challenge it in courts. Shan Wu is a former federal prosecutor and a defense attorney. Shan, always good to see you. So is this vaccine mandate constitutional? Will it hold up in court?
I think it will, Frederica, which certainly doesn't mean it won't be challenged in court. But it's a very smart legal move on the part of the Biden administration to use the OSHA emergency regulations because it's a workplace safety issue for the employees. Now, unfortunately, OSHA has not had a great track record in court. Over the last 30 years, they've only done about 9 of these emergency rules, and some 6 of them were actually successfully challenged in court. But I think those are distinguishable. Those tended to be very industry-specific, pesticides, asbestos, and this is really unprecedented. This is a global pandemic, so I think it's going to survive in court.
And then here is the statement coming from Texas Governor Greg Abbott's spokeswoman. The federal government needs to stop trying to run private businesses. Texans and Americans alike have learned and mastered the safe practices to protect themselves and their loved ones from COVID and do not need the government to tell them how to do so. So from the president's point of view, from the White House, I know it does make you chuckle a little bit considering what's happened in recent days and weeks there. But, can the president try to enforce, a mandate on private businesses as well?
Oh, absolutely. And I think the key to that is that the private businesses have an effect on interstate commerce, and OSHA can regulate the safety for these workers. And obviously, if the workplaces are unsafe, people are getting sick, that's going to impact the national economy as it already has. So I think they are on sound ground here, and obviously people like Governor Abbott are using this as a political moment. And they can certainly go to court, and I think the danger is, Fred, whether they can find a conservative-leaning federal district court judge who might try to enjoin the rules on a national basis. So that's kind of like the danger point.
All right. And then yesterday, a state appeals court in Florida handing down a major win for Republican Florida Governor Ron DeSantis when he reinstated a ban on mask mandates in school. How might this ruling potentially impact the legal fight in other jurisdictions over school masks or masks being worn in schools and being enforced as such?
I think ultimately it's not going to have much of a ripple effect outside of that court and jurisdiction. These are going to be fights which are very much literally school district by school district. I mean, certainly they're going to try to rely on that to argue that there's a win here for anti-mask mandate folks. But it's not going to be binding on other courts, and it's just going to be used as a persuasive type of argument. I really do think this is going to be something that you see fought out in many, many local skirmishes.
All right, Shan Wu, always good to see you. Thank you so much. Be well.
Good to see you. You too.